I was at work and I was actually rushed to the hospital from work with heart attack-like symptoms. And what made it worse is when you go in there and when you hear the workers say, I think he's going into cardiac arrest, it'll shake you. However, I was not having a heart attack and ended up having to go see the cardiologist, and after some tests and things like that, they diagnosed me with a thing called valve stenosis, which means that my heart valve was not closing all the way, which means that the blood was coming back down instead of going back up. And so having to deal with that and various medications, I told our leaders, and they told me to stay in faith, and I was in faith, believing God, coming to church, giving God praise, and I was in a lot of pain. They got my picture, and those were my medications, 10 of them, plus another machine. We can take that down. Thank you. And so in April of this year, I began to have some breathing issues. And so I went to the doctor again, and between April of this year and August of this year, I've actually been in and out of the hospital almost 10 times. And when I went to the hospital, they saw various things, and I had to go see various specialists. They were saying that there were blood clots in my lungs. They were saying that I had cancer, and that there was a strong possibility that I was a diabetic. And so I went before God in prayer trying to figure out these things, because I said, Lord, I try to do my best to, be up on my health and things like that. And then in July, my grandfather passed away all of a sudden. And when I went back to my hometown of Savannah to eulogize him, I found out that my father and all of his siblings are diabetics. And so that put just a little bit of fear in me, knowing that my father and all of his siblings were diabetics. My grandparents were diabetics. My great-grandparents were diabetics. As a matter of fact, around the same time that my grandfather passed, my father had to have his foot and part of his leg amputated because of diabetes. But I had a man of God right here who said, son, stay in faith. So I went through all of the tests, and they said, sir, you do not have diabetes. I went to the specialist, and they said, sir, whatever growth was there is gone. Because they said if I came back and if it was still there and it was still growing, that they would have to remove it. But the growth is gone and there is no cancer.
Somebody shout cancer free.
Hey. I went to the pulmonologist, and there were no more blood clots in the lung. So for the past couple of months, I haven't been really running and really dancing because they told me to take it easy. And then we had prophetic encounter, and the man of God prayed for me right there, and he cursed the spirit of infirmity off the bloodline. So I had a doctor's appointment after that. And I went to the cardiologist, and he told me that whatever the issue was, I no longer have heart valve disease. I told him, I said, that's good, but I need the paper. So he gave me the document, and I said, I need you to highlight. And he said, the cavity size is normal. The function is normal. The wall motion is normal. Everything is normal. And so I believe that while I was on here, God was doing the work. And whatever issue that I had with my heart, He fixed it. So in short, no diabetes, no more lung conditions. Can you put my picture back up there one more time, please? All those pills that you saw, it was 10 of them in a machine. Those bottles are in the trash. No more medications, no more refills, no lung problems, no heart problems. You're looking at somebody that God healed without surgery. And I give God the praise. And I give him the glory. And as our pastor say, this is the proof. But on next Sunday when I leave the paper home, because I'm going to hang it on my wall, every time you see me, just know I am the proof. And every time you see me dancing, know that I am the proof of what God can do. And I have a testimony of victory. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord. Yeah.